What's going on, and welcome to the Green Room. I'm Greg Goldner alongside
Colette Brooks.
That's who you are. It's only been 2 seasons.
It's only been
I'm
2
just learning your name. We've got a great show for you today. I can't wait to get into Red Bull, Art of the Can, and you guys will see these pictures and you won't even believe it.
Wow. And we're going inside the Green Room with LA's pioneering plant-based diet diva, Ann Gentry, founder of Real Food Daily.
Let's get right into the headlines that you need to know about for a little bit of optimism in this eco world.
Let's do it.
Right? All right, so Japan, all the recent problems with the nuclear meltdown, the waste getting into the water, recently put out their first wind turbine. So it's right off the coast of Fukushima where the nuclear plant was. And it's unbelievable. It's 13 miles offshore. And this one, I think they're calling it like a low kilowatt turbine, produces enough energy and electricity to help 600 homes, to give power to 600 homes.
Well,
and that's a low kind of kilowatt one.
After the Fukushima episode, they had to get serious.
Yeah.
And whether this was in the works or not, it's good on them for getting it up now.
Right, and obviously people are saying that this is a huge step in the right direction of eliminating Japan's reliance on fossil fuels and nuclear energy.
Absolutely.
And that's always a good thing whenever that happens.
Great news.
And really, I guess further, they've laid out a model for this of where they hope it goes, and they're saying that this wind energy potential could reach up to 5 times the current national electricity output.
Wow.
So do the math on that. It's a lot of wind turbines.
And clean. Nice.
And good. This topic, you hate it, but you're going to love this, fracking.
I hate it.
Yeah, you hate it, but in
Give me the good news.
the good news is in Colorado, they hate it too.
Good.
So Boulder, Fort Collins, 2 big cities in Colorado, those are 2 of the 4 cities this week to pass a 5-year ban on fracking.
Fantastic.
That was the one word to describe it?
That is, yes.
You don't want to say anything
Yes.
else. I love it.
Yes.
So all current fracking that's going on in those cities, suspended, stopped.
That's awesome.
And there is no future fracking, at least for 5 years there.
Will other cities follow suit?
I would imagine. I mean, to me, if you have something like this coming out of Boulder and Fort Collins, these aren't small cities. These are major cities, especially Boulder with the University of Colorado there.
Yeah.
I got to imagine this sends a message to larger cities as well as the state government.
It's a good sign. California, you're listening?
Yeah.
Just saying.
So this one, we have never talked about this on the show, but I think this is a really important issue. Ivory poaching. Horrible.
Can I just say elephants are my favorite?
Yeah.
I don't have elephants, of course, but elephants, I would if I could.
It's the only thing you don't have. I've been to your place.
Right.
It's like the
but
only
elephants
thing.
are my favorite, and the ivory poaching is such a hot button for me.
Right.
So what do you got?
So here's what I got. The largest statement that the United States has made in 25 years. Recently, we crushed 6 tons of ivory in Denver. I saw some video. We have some pictures. It's disturbing to see all these images of people, taking these tusks off these beautiful animals.
Yes.
But the U.S. crushed 6 tons, taking it all off the black market. Because obviously, if it's not on the black market, it can't be sold.
Got it.
Now we're taking a step further, and we're trying to educate people on what really goes on and how these poachers accomplish, killing the elephants, ripping the tusks out, and then what it turns into. Because we can crush all the ivory we want to. But if we're not educating people on it as well,
exactly.
People
just have to stop buying ivory.
Absolutely. And think about it this way. If we educate those on how bad it is and how the poachers are going about getting these tusks, this ivory from these poor elephants, then people won't want to buy it. And if they won't buy it, there's no demand for it. If there's no demand for it, you stop doing it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Anyways, all right, coming up next, I can't wait to talk to this woman. I saw her in our green room here in the studio, and I mentioned her. She was one of the first interviews I ever did.
Oh, really?
When I started in TV.
It's Old Home Week.
Yeah, Ann Gentry.
We're looking forward to it.
Hey, slow down.
Right next to the library on 7th Street is the Santa Monica History Museum, where history comes to life for the entire family. Enjoy the exhibits, main gallery, the photo archive, research gallery, and much more. Visit the Santa Monica History Museum, keeping history alive.
You know, it's funny how things go full circle. Literally one of my first interviews ever that I did was with Ann Gentry at her location in Santa Monica, Real Food Daily. I mean,
That's so incredible.
Unbelievable.
And you don't remember him, but that's okay.
No, I do.
I
I didn't put the name and the face together, but
look,
the
I
moment
don't know
you
how-
said it, I knew you.
But that, which is amazing because I don't know how many interviews over the years you've done. You've had your location in Santa Monica for 20 years. How many locations do you have now?
3.
3. And
we have one coming.
One
but
coming.
We're
baby
going
coming, about to
we're
be
going to talk
birthed.
about that one. But I mean, you are really the plant-based diet pioneer, foodie, chef, entrepreneur. How did Real Food Daily get started? I mean, no one was doing that.
It's true. No, I was definitely ahead of my time.
Yes.
Riding that big wave out there.
Yes.
In perspective, now that I have the 20 years perspective, because I don't think I was thinking that way then, I saw a void, I saw a need, and I made something happen.
Were you eating that way?
Yes, I was definitely. I grew up in the South, standard American diet, didn't know anything about food except I loved it and I overate it and was a sweetaholic and a lot of other things. Went to New York City, got introduced to vegetarianism, macrobiotics, watched many restaurants in Manhattan open, many of them still there today going strong, and saw how innovative and delicious the food could be. Came to California in a completely different career, looked around and said, well, where do you eat around here? Nothing.
There was nothing.
Nothing.
Oh.
I mean, there were a few mom and pop places.
Exactly. But it tasted
yeah.
like cardboard,
Right.
and I mean, you've changed the game when it comes to mouth appeal. I call it, it's a mouthgasm because it's a mouthgasm. It's like your menu and your dishes are so delicious and so inventive and beautiful also, and good for us.
And I thought the word of the year was selfie by.
No. And you're seeing more and more vegetarian restaurants or raw or vegan restaurants come up. What does that say to you in terms of trends?
Well, it says to me that no, the time is right now. Definitely, having been around for 20 years, people thought that Real Food Daily was a trend and would pass and be over. So we've certainly proven that wrong. And, I think more and more mainstream eaters have come around to the fact that maybe they don't have to be a vegan or eat a plant-based diet 100%, but they want to do it a lot of times. And most people eating at Real Food Daily probably aren't a vegan or a vegetarian
That's
at
me to
all.
a T.
They just enjoy great food. They like a great environment, friendly, educated service. And we've been able to show people that you can do it at that way and elevate restaurants to a much higher level with the service and the ambience.
I was just going to say, from a health standpoint, I mean, obesity rates are off the charts. Yeah. So are people looking for healthier alternatives without having to sacrifice that taste, that satisfactory craving that we all have?
Yes, but that's sort of where we get into trouble because those tastes that are so addictive and they're often filled with empty calories, loaded with sugar, lots of fats, high on animal protein,
salt,
and
salt.
Oh, salt. Yeah,
I'm guilty of
that's
that
the next
sometimes.
frontier for sure. I mean, it's coming around already. Salt and sugar that they're really not that great for you in large quantities.
No.
So, look, this is a big departure from how we all grew up eating and maybe the way we would like to be eating a lot of the time. And those are the splurgy meals that you go out and you live and you have fun and you do it, but you're not eating that way every day. Every day should be pretty simple, pretty basic. If you're interested in the health of yourself, health of the planet, environmental issues, how we treat animals,
all of it.
It's all encompassing.
Yes. Well, and it's the whole food piece of it. It's the real food piece of it, rather than processed in a box, chemicals. You don't know what it is. Yes. And just simplifying your diet to real food should be able to contribute to one's health. No?
Well, I think so. It has to my own. I've watched it with thousands of people that have come through our doors, and I also see that all those addictions that we have, you can truly get through. Sometimes in a matter of a few days. They say that, about coffee. I go in and out of letting go of my sweet tooth, and, after 3 or 4 days, you're sort of over it. And you realize that you don't really have to eat it the way you think you have to eat it.
What I have to say is I am not a vegetarian. I come into your restaurant often, and I'm surprised every time, but how flavorful things are, how much I don't feel like I'm only eating plant-based.
Right.
How do you achieve this?
Well,
without giving away, the old family
the secrets, of course. It's really what I learned in macrobiotics. It is about the 5 tastes. It's about texture, and people are creatures of habit, and they tend to, I always say, people like baby food, or they like crunchy, salty, hard things. So it's trying to have all of those textures, all of those tastes in a meal so that you really are stimulated and satisfied and nurtured, all happening at once. It's very subtle. And the more and more you eat this way, the more attuned you do get to that, and you realize that you don't need a lot, and we don't need all those food distractions that we have out there.
No, we don't.
That are calling to us all day long to eat us.
Get into the
Yes.
exciting part. Do
Well,
it.
the
Ask the question,
all right.
because everyone needs to know about this.
I know. So you are expanding beyond LA. You have 3 restaurants, and you're expanding, I want to say, globally.
Yes.
You are opening a restaurant, Terminal 4 LAX, where you are going to be exposing and introducing a plant-based diet to an international community. How did that happen?
That's unbelievable.
I'm so excited.
Well, I'm thrilled. They came calling. And
Amazing.
Yes.
Which shows that they were ready.
Absolutely.
Yes. Everybody's ready for this.
Yeah.
Yes, and the group I'm with have been incredibly, supportive and excited and enthusiastic and respectful about what we do. Right down to we have our own walk-in and our own freezer because we can't share with anyone else.
No, you can't.
And
So you can't mix with Taco Bell? I'm
No.
just trying to.
well, that's the great thing is this sort of fast food, low-end food is leaving LAX. There'll probably be a little bit still around. And they're really bringing in the flavors of Los Angeles. A lot of Los Angeles concepts will be opening. I'm in a food court. Real Food Daily is with 4 or 5 other concepts here in LA. So it's a very exciting opportunity for us, as you say, to expose this kind of cuisine to people from all over the world. And, hopefully for us, selfishly, they'll all come running to my restaurant when they're vacationing in LA. Or they take it back home and they've
Spread the
learned
word.
something.
That's
and they
Preach
spread
the
word.
gospel.
And
That's
yes.
it. That's
preach,
it.
preach the Real Food Daily Gospel.
One last question. Are you changing the menu at all to accommodate this new environment? Because it isn't the table service that we're used to. It's a different grab and go. How does that work?
Well, we're in a big food court, so you can sort of sit wherever you want. But yes, it's quick service. You're going to order at a counter. So we simplified our menu. It's the Real Food Daily. Many of the favorites, but you had to start thinking like a traveler.
That's right.
You're not going to go onto the plane with hot items.
No.
So it's our brunch. That's going to be a big breakfast with our pancakes and tofu scrambles and granola. Our juice bar. Who doesn't want to go to an airport and get a smoothie or a fresh squeezed vegetable juice?
It's going to be
Everybody.
things that are quick, grab and go, easy.
Yes,
People can take on
salad,
flights.
sandwiches, and there are a few hot entrees. Of course, we're going to do our tacos and our nachos.
Fantastic. And any of the desserts?
And our desserts, about 5 or 6 desserts.
Excellent.
All right. Well, my mouth is salivating, so I'm cutting this interview
going there
off now.
tonight.
I'm just drooling on myself. It's going to get awkward for the rest of the show. Ann Gentry, a pioneer. What did you call her in the beginning?
She's a pioneer of the
plant-based
plant-based diva diet.
diva
or
diet.
No, diet diva.
Diet Diva.
Sorry.
Either way, she's a pioneer, and she's awesome. Ann Gentry, check out Real Food Daily in your neighborhood.
Thank
and
you,
coming to LAX soon.
Yeah, awesome.
Even if a signal indicates it's safe to walk, it's never safe unless drivers see you. Last year, 113 pedestrians were injured in Santa Monica. You don't have to go to extremes to get a driver's attention. It just takes a little eye contact. Take the right steps to be safe. Watch the road.
This is a topic that we have addressed a little bit in the show, but really we should address it more. And it's going green, but without a lot of green. So let me translate that for you.
Okay.
Doing the green thing, doing the eco thing, without spending a lot of money.
It's great.
We always talk about solar panels. We always talk about electric vehicles. We talk about hybrid. We talk about
pricey.
all kinds of things that are on the higher end. So let's talk for a second about maybe something that people can do without spending a lot of money, or if any money at all.
What do you got there?
Give me a couple just things that come off the top of your head.
Well, certainly light bulbs. I mean, that's a no-brainer. The energy-saving light bulbs are really simple. They're not expensive, and it will, in the long run, besides save energy, it'll save you money.
Sure.
All right, because it's your electric bill. Certainly, we talked about this, staying in the light theme, shutting off lights when you're not using them, shutting off power when you don't need it.
Air conditioning. If you walk out of a room or you're leaving your house, I'm guilty of it sometimes a while ago, but I'm more conscious of it now. But you leave a room and you're like, oh, I'm going to be back in that room for in an hour, or you leave to run to the grocery store and I'm coming back in an hour. Well, that's another hour that your AC is running. It's running up your bill too.
Absolutely. Laundry, a dishwasher, full loads only. Run them when you have a full load. If it's one plate or one garment, just wait until you've got a full load. Right. So those are little things that people can do that I think are certainly, it will save money and it will save energy.
Sure, and then we've got the whole, when we've addressed this in previous shows, but the whole online. I mean, you can get things off Craigslist instead of going to buy brand new. Reuse, and usually that financially works out in your favor.
Yeah,
you're getting it for a lot less.
For sure, and I mean, I like to. There are things that I might have worn once,
right?
That people love. I'll just here I'll regift it.
Well, and the last one that we'll throw out there, and this is one that we don't really ever talk about, and it's one you wouldn't think of, but vote green.
Vote green.
Go after green initiatives and vote green.
Yeah.
I mean, it's that easy. Moving along, caught green-handed. This company, I love Red Bull. Red Bull is awesome. The drink, as a whole, I'm like, hey, it's not bad. But the company, they do such innovative and such cool things.
They're
it's unbelievable.
amazing marketers.
Yeah.
Really.
So one of the things they've got going on is Red Bull Art of the Can, and you can see some of the pictures here. People take cans. They do a competition every year. Now, they haven't done it in 2 years, so this is me putting them on blast saying bring it back. But it started back in '99, and it went all the way through 2011.
And what do? They old
basically
cans?
They reach out to people and they say, hey, look, you take old Red Bull cans. It can be an artist. It could be someone who's a professional artist, an artist by hobby, whatever, any age, and you make these awesome things.
Like sculptures?
Sculptures. One woman made a dress.
Wow.
There's unbelievable things, different kind of sculptures, different kind of like little models, just the most insane, elaborate things you can think of, all out of Red Bull can. I mean, what better way to use a can?
Exactly, so you're reusing them.
It's to me, it's crazy, and these things get exhibited all over the world.
Wow.
They've been to South Africa, Singapore, Germany, UK, and of course here in the US. So I'm starting a movement right now. Bring it back. It's been absent 2 years. It went on for over 10 years. Bring it back. We want it.
You want the Red Bull Art exhibit.
I want the Red Bull
Okay,
exhibit.
good.
Can you make it happen?
You can make it happen. Tell them again.
All right. We're going to give it a go. Guys, we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, it's when you get to rant.
Yeah. It may not be a rant.
Oh, maybe it'll be some love. All right. We'll have to see.
Hey! I don't know you.
Some problems are just too big to ignore. But don't take matters into your own hands.
Hey, lady!
With the help of a mediator, you can find a solution. Mediators are volunteer professionals who can help you resolve issues without the high cost of legal fees.
Wonder if he's single.
Hey, I saw him first.
Call us or reach out on the web if you'd like to volunteer or donate.
All right, just to welcome you guys back, we have this hysterical video you have to see. We talk about nature all the time. We talk about green, we talk about animals, and this is just a prime example of, hey, be careful when you're fishing, or maybe just don't fish at all. We'll let the video speak for itself, but basically, just watch what happens.
Cool.
I'm telling you, don't mess with it. Don't mess with the seal. All right, what do you got for me? You love to rant on green. What do you got?
Well, yes. Speaking of water,
all right.
There is a
Wait, is there a
company-
seal and a mahi-mahi involved?
There's no seal and no mahi-mahi, but there's clean water.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
I'm listening then.
So company called BioSandbag. They have a patented product that requires no power or no chemicals to purify contaminated water and can be set up near any current source of water that communities are using. So think of regions like Kenya, Ethiopia, Ghana, India, Tanzania, or if in areas of natural disaster or like what's happening in the Philippines where there is no water or the water is contaminated, you drop one of these BioSandbag units in and presto changeo, you have clean water without power, without chemicals.
This, sorry to interrupt. This is, to me, this is such a huge thing because I hear every day about places all over the world who don't have clean water.
They don't have potable water.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, not even talking about water to drink, but just
even bathe in.
Bathe in.
Right, because it's so contaminated.
Yeah.
You put one of these units in, and we'll show you how it works. We've got some slides here. So it's a gravity-driven system utilizing a slow sand filtration process to remove solid and bacterial waste from water to make it potable. Wow. Each BioSandbag unit can provide enough pure drinking water for 100 people for pennies a day. So, in fact, the company, and this is according to the company, in laboratory certified tests, the BioSandbag achieved 100% removal of fecal coliform and 99.999% removal of bacteria and virus.
So, in essence, it kind of works like a Brita pitcher or a Brita filter, where it's going through the sand.
Going through the sand, it collects it all, and it comes out clean. It's really amazing. I'll drink to that.
I'll drink to that too.
Right?
That's it.
Wow.
That's it for the show.
All right.
What do you got? Favorite part?
Anne, sorry, I love Real Food Daily.
Oh my God, it's awesome. And I'm not even a vegetarian. I love Real Food Daily.
Yeah,
Anne, we love you. You're a favorite part of the show.
Love Anne.
All right, guys, that's it.
Thank you.